Okay, good morning, everyone. Just to remind you, everyone, that we are going to begin this session by 11:10, sorry. So let's just wait for others to join before we can begin the session. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Before I continue, please confirm if I'm audible. With a thumbs up. Okay. Thank you, Region. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to Apexium DSF 2.0, where we are going to, under this power, we are going to do AI power development. We are going to help everyone here build smarter, faster, and better, which is the trend nowadays because of AI taking over everything. So let's go on straight without wasting much time, because we have, I won't say a lot to do, but a lot to take in. So, your hosts, which is me, I'm Said Al Qasim, a full stack developer and tech innovation passionate. I have 7 years experience in web development. Particularly, how would I say, React developer for people that are into, how would I say, far into tech. This one is not even important. I have software engineering graduate with first class honor. So I've mentored others in tech and thrive on turning ideas into functional products. So what you should know about me, just few, how would I say, I used to per se have talk fast in some factors. So if there's any issues, please be prompt just to raise up your hands so that maybe you can attend it together. If there's any place you need any more explanation, you can just raise up your hand so that I can just stop and answer a question right away. Thank you. So let's go next. Again, welcome everyone to Digital Skill Fest 2.0. This is the second cohort we are building. Over the next 4 weeks, you will learn to design, build, and ship real website faster than ever with AI as your coding partner, not your replacement. This is the main thing. Everyone should just take on this thing here. AI is not here to replace us. What many people are going to deny that, but we are actually going to see why this statement is actually here. So here I'm going to build real projects, landing page, UI component, and full workflow using AI tools, master prompting, because this is actually very, very important because I'm using everything here. I want to use AI. I'm not actually going to code everything, anything. I'm actually using AI. So the prompting, which is like communicating with AI, is very, very important. Learn to communicate with AI, get a clean usable code. Ship with confident review, test and deploy AI stakeholder like a professional because everybody is using AI. Like I wouldn't say I don't have exactly the metrics, but 80% of every single project now that web developers work actually use AI. So what you're going to build, a free responsible multiple section website, custom UI component style with AI assistant, interactive JavaScript features, a polished deployment and file, a polished and deployable final project. Just so you know, in the orientation, we actually go through like a professional certification and actually participation of one. So what actually we are going to do here in this track is actually build everyone here to actually have something in the portfolio. Yes, we're not going to the yes. Participation, certificate participation is actually very, very important, especially in the news initiative, because you need something to clarify that they actually have those skills. So that's why it's very important to have at least a certification that actually certify you to say, yes, I have those skills. But also here, I'm going to learn the skills and also build up your portfolio, which is a very, very important. You're actually going to showcase who you are to the community, to the world. So, an objective, understand what artificial intelligence is as first one. Learn how AI is transforming development. Second one, explore AI tools built for developers. They're actually particular tools that are actually going to target. Learn prompt engineering basics. I just say that. Generating HTML, CSS, and JavaScript using AI, which is actually the, how would I say, the simplest one in this place. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's why I'm going to focus me on JavaScript. I want to focus me on JavaScript. Okay, multi-review. What is your question? Unmute and answer, and let's go. Motola, can you hear me? You have to unmute your mic. I cannot hear you. Unmute your mic and ask your question. Okay, I think it's not with us. So even though yes, I say we can actually hold up your hand, so can we just maybe leave it until later the class? There's actually a particular Q&A section. Let me see what's his chatting. I cannot hear anything though. In case it started, I cannot hear the speaker. Okay, please confirm if I'm audible, please. Okay, I think it is from your side, Joel. Habila. I think it's from your end because actually everybody is hearing me. So you can, how will I say, you can end the call and join again. Maybe that's is the issue from later. So let's continue. And the last one is understand the strength and limitation of AI. That's why I say it's not here to replace us. AI currently have limitations. So it's not actually a human being. It actually has limitation because it's created by humans. So everything that's created by humans have limitation because, how will I say, we're not perfect, we're not God. So let's continue. So the first one, what is artificial intelligence? Look at this definition. AI is a software that learns patterns from data to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. Exactly. Organizing speeches, making recommendation, or writing code. This actually, this definition is actually targeted to us software developers, or how do I say, web developers, or web enthusiasts. This actually target to us because it's actually a direct place for us. And these are some examples. ChatGPT, everybody here for sure, for sure. If you don't know ChatGPT, so I don't actually think you are way behind in this century. No, actually, this century is like this era. Without ChatGPT, everybody hawks ChatGPT because university, everything you have to use ChatGPT. Direct to the point. Conversational AI that answer question and write text. This is the basic one everybody knows. And this one we have Siri for us iPhone users and Alexa. How would I say Alexa? I actually know Alexa. So we go with Samsung with understanding and response to speech. Just like you say, recurring speeches and Netflix recommendation for us movie lovers. Netflix recommendation is just something that you just know that okay, Netflix will recommend you. AI predicts what you want to watch next. Exactly. Google Maps, we actually use Google Maps for all that actually don't know places or going to places. I actually love using Google Map. AI predicts traffic and find the fastest road. I don't think this is applicable to Nigeria though. But still, AI is helping us. And tool like Midjourney creates image from text. You can actually use how let's say Flow, which is the new Google image prompter. So these are the things that are basic things. Chatting was assistant Netflix. So the main thing here it's like it's a task that no one requires human assistant. This is not actually pressing us, it's actually helping us. Let's continue. So there are something that is actually generative AI, which is actually better than the other one. Generative AI creates brand new content, text, code, image, although audio rather than just analyzing or classifying isn't data, it's engine behind today's tool. So let me see any question. Okay, so it's not from there. So the first one is ChatGPT with a general purpose chat and code generator. Okay, Yusuf, can you hear me? Ask a question.
Good afternoon, sir. Good morning, I mean.
Morning.
Yeah, my question is on this generative AI. I find it difficult to understand more on it.
Exactly. That's what I'm explaining. Don't worry, I will get to it. But you'll just get to that. I'll explain everything. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. Okay, confirm if I'm audible, please. Okay, okay.
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, thank you, Alasan. I think I muted. Okay. So this is where you stop here. And let me just explain again. I think I muted. Okay. Generative AI is AI that actually creates something from brand new, creates data, creates information or content from a brand new, creates content from data. Again, let me just okay. This AI, this one, the artificial intelligence just actually use the data that it's already have in database. Like it go back to the data and do okay, say this person have a question, what is it now? So let me go back to my database and just fetch that question, that's answer. And now it's something that's already in the database. It doesn't actually generate it. It actually go back and just pick it up and just give it to you. This is actually the basic foundation of AI before this new era, which is generative AI that actually use the information you give to it to generate what you actually want them to generate, not actually like going back. It's actually generating fresh new information for you. So that's why I say text, code, audio, everything. So I said ChatGPT is actually the first one, which everybody has think is using it. It's very, very much easier. While cloud is actually better than ChatGPT. Yes, cloud is actually very, very good, very, very interesting, very, very scary in some ways because yeah, actually very, very intelligent. So actually, even this slide, I can use the cloud just by prompting everything in this slide you go see. I can using cloud AI. Even though it has some limitation because of the fair version is very, very stingy per se, but still yes, because how that's how powerful it is, that's why actually they make it stingy. After sometimes they say you have 5 hours, you have 5 more hours to wait before then. So Gemini, which is actually a Google AI, based AI, Google has a lot of AIs, a lot of AIs. But still we get to that. Maybe there are some AIs I'll pass on to you, maybe like late bits, how would I say cheats for you to use. Okay, the Google GitHub pilot. This actually, if you actually know GitHub, I think everybody here is supposed to know what GitHub is. If you don't know, so let me just answer the question. Did everybody know what GitHub is? If you don't know GitHub, please can you just raise up your hand? Okay, I'm sure that's good. Okay. Um wow. So I think I have like two people that doesn't know what GitHub is. Three. So GitHub should be the first thing like everybody. I won't say the first thing that everybody should know, but actually part of the first few things that people should know. GitHub is a platform that actually stores code. Is a repository. So this is not actually part of the class, but I think yes, I will get to it at the end of class. So I'm just going to explain it at the end of class. I'll actually show you what GitHub is and why we use GitHub, and I'll also share a maybe video to the group to explain GitHub because it's actually part of class. But GitHub is very, very important. It's a repository, how would I say, a repository where you actually store code. Because of now coding, while you're actually coding with your lab, with your system, something bad might happen to the system. And like, yeah, God forbid. So, something bad might happen to your system. GitHub is where you actually keep the code safe. It's actually like a personal safe. A personal safe, but also, how I say, a personal bank, not like a bank, a personal Benza outreach. You can actually keep a repo public or private. If you put it public, people that can actually see your code because GitHub is a community. Everybody also we're under this huge umbrella of community. Huge umbrella of community where people are actually there just waiting. There are some people that are just sitting there waiting to see a code that will just come up and just go and help you correct it. So if you have any issues, there's Stack Overflow, there's GitHub, you can ask any question, leave any question. Somebody out there, there's a my that knows that question, that know the answer, will actually help you. So GitHub is actually very, very important. I'll get to it maybe at the end of class. So, and the school sock, which actually I will say related to this one, is a AI native code editor, and this Canva AI. This one is more of how do I say more of graphic design, but still because yes, we are under AI and we are still going to use it. We actually have to how to create a UX. So Canva is actually very, very important, very, very good. I'm not onto graphics, I'm not even a graphic designer, but I know how to use Canva very well because of this AI. So next one, how is AI changing your development? The normal traditional plan of AI development is actually to plan, research syntax, code by hand, debug manually, and test and refine. This is the normal one. But now we actually do everything with AI. We plan with AI. If they are planning alone, of course, yes, I like the traditional method, but the issue about traditional method is that it's very, very slow. But now, because of how do I say customers and everything, and people are actually just like everything to be fast. You just want everything to be fast. Okay, give us They will give you time, very, very short time. There's no way you can do it alone. There's no way you can do it just sitting there and coding. There's no way you're not that fast. So AI has to be there. Plan with AI, which is very well because AI already at the beginning, the definition, it has data. The data that been accumulated over a lot of years. I would like to say 100 of years, I don't know per se, a lot of years. A huge database that conclude every single planning, every single problem. Now AI can even ChatGPT can even go to web and search every single issues. So with AI, you can actually refine your plan. Maybe you can just sit down and just plan something that maybe someone have already thought of this. It's not even possible, but maybe similar to it, that or maybe better than yours. So it is just going to be useless. But AI will actually help you to target the areas where there are actually low traffic areas, low ideas that have low traffic that you are not just combining on it that you have to compete. No. AI can help you target it. One area that okay, this place, particular field doesn't have a lot of people. Like example, education, people are over that place. Medicine, even though yes, yes, I agree, very, very good medicine. Yes, you have to save life, all of that. People are over that place. Entertainment, people are over that place. A lot of places, people are over that place. So going there will just be as a new developer, it's a huge competition, which is not actually advisable. But if you like competition too much, you can go. But me, I actually don't go there. Next one is prompt for code. They actually help in action. You see this one, this research is already gone. Already gone. You don't have to even research. AI have already done everything. This plan A and plan B is under this one. Prompt for code, you actually prompt your code, which means like writing the code, refine, review and refine. It actually helps you to refine everything to see, okay, this is very, very good. This is working. AI assist in debugging and shape up and shape faster, which is very, very good. So these things here increase productivity, faster debugging, quicker prototyping. This prototyping actually, so another a prototype is the first stage. While example, how do I say example? Everything now before you actually ship it out to the people, you have to develop a version like V1. You see, most of somewhere in WhatsApp V.1, V.2 is actually a prototype. The first version is going to be a prototype where you actually give people to test it. You test it and see, okay, is this good? I will give the customer to see, is this good? Should we go with this one or should we change something? So prototype actually, I would like say, testing software, testing web based. We actually go in there to test everything, see to break it, scatter everything just to make sure it can actually work and make people outside your actually system. So that's actually prototyping. It actually help in building prototyping. Improve code quality because there's a lot of, I won't say rules, but there are fundamentals in coding. Maybe this is a traditional method, but of course, while studying, because back then we used to go through USUF, there's a lot of fundamentals in coding, like naming casing, command casing in CSS, like the casing, a lot of fundamentals in coding. So actually, this one help you in actually creating clean code. That's what you call clean code. Creating clean code that other developers can actually understand if they take over your job or if you maybe give them the code to inspect or something. So where AI help developers, just like here. The first one here, okay, planning projects. Planning projects, just explain everything because have a huge database that accumulate a lot of problem and a lot of information that they can actually explore into. The second one is design UI. I don't know, but this is the hardest part for me, design UI. I'm not that good into graphic design, but of course, I just told you I know how to use Canva AI because of it, because I'm very, very bad at design. I don't know how the AI work. I have the plan in my head. Yes, I know what to build. I know how the functionality work. I know if they have to work, but I don't know how to design the AI. That's why I actually run away from front end development. The front end development, okay, let me just explain some. There's two things in development, front end and back end. The front development is what you actually see, like this thing here. This here is the front end of the system. The back end is where the logics and all calculation happens. So I actually like back end more than front end because front end has UI. So you have to sit down, you have to design everything, you have to do the everything. It's very, very hard, but AI now is helping us to. That HTML, which is the structure, JavaScript, which is the style, and so CSS with the style, and JavaScript, which is the behavior. Building the ad component. I'm saying yes, I actually want to go into the ad component, but I'm going to go with JavaScript. I'm going to go all the way React or maybe jump into things here. Backend development, which is actually people used to learn it from this one, but actually before I started backend, I was very, very good at front end, but now Again, I just told you I run it from front end because backend is very, very fun, but it's, how would I say, it's logical and people think it's hard, but it's not hard. Debugging, what is the hardest part about everything? Debugging something. If something misses, one full stop because of JavaScript or one mistake, one error, when it take you days. But now here is here, you can actually take a couple of hours. Documentation, which is very, very important while while shipping, while giving the customer a particular product. So the documentation is very important because the customer maybe is not for the use of the customer, but for the use of the next software engineer or next developer. If you finish the project, if you finish your contract with them, okay, documentation. The next, if they want to improve it and they don't want to call you, or your TB to be called, something like that. So this developer would actually go through the documentation, actually, okay, refer, okay, kada, and this actually help in developing the 2.0 and deployment assistant. Sometimes actually giving issue, but I don't actually used to solve this but it's actually giving issues. So popular AI tools for developer. I think I've actually gone through this one. ChatGPT, conversational, Git Pilot, which is in Git Pilot, in Git Copilot, is actually Copilot, which is actually used in also AI. I don't actually use this one, but very, very, very good, which is actually related to this too. Cloud AI, Gemini, Canva AI, and VO by Basel. This one they interact UI and text prompts. This one, I think we see it. We'll see. So I'm not actually going to detail because actually someone else did because it's saying the act. So I don't want to go to the act first. Let us go with the first class first before we can go jump into other parts. So now I want to actually maybe try this live demonstration, but I want to finish everything first and then answer a question. Then we can jump into demonstration, everything. So let's just go ahead. So before actually going, what makes a good prompt? This is very, very important. So please, everybody, attention. Prompt engineering is a skill of clearly communicating what you want, so AI can deliver accurate, usable results. The first one is the context. What is the project and who is it for? Clear instruction, exactly what you want to build or fix. The language, okay, language frameworks or library to use. Okay, you want to create a CSS, that's why if you see this one. Create a modern, responsible landing page for coffee, you see, coffee shop using HTML and CSS. This is what you want to create. Next one is expected output. What the result should look like or behave like. You say more responsive than this is the like what you want to create. The last one is called limitation like performance, accessibility, or style to use. This is what guide AI into creating something. But if you just say, give me a model, give me a website, what website? You just get everything, I just give it, which is very, very bad. Very, very bad. That's why a good prompt actually differentiates a developer and a senior developer. That's why it's something that was called prompt engineering. I think maybe people know prompt engineering. It's actually very, very good to actually dive into that. So this is where we're actually going to help you too. Because AI, you can actually use AI without having without knowing to prompt AI. So I think this place can only help you, not even in just the old development, everything in real life, in assignment, in everything. So now look at the differences here. We prompt, make me a website for your bakery. Direct, you see nothing, just okay, no layout, no section guidance, no cool style question, no turn direction, nothing. So that generative unpredictable outputs. We're not going to just give you bam anything you want. You see this one creates responsible one-page sites for a cozy bakery using HTML CSS with a hero, menu grid, and contact from one color, picture mobile first. Exactly. This is actually very, very long. It's like using literature, but just for AI. I have to actually go with it. AI, if you are going to communicate, because the only place you're actually going to communicate, AI cannot see things in your heart. You have to communicate with it. You have to actually speak it out directly, prompt it to them before you can actually communicate or before you can actually design what you want based on your direction. Create a responsive. This is very important because you're not actually going to use it one. Responsiveness means it's going to be visible in both a laptop, tab, and phone. That means it's going to be shaping and everything is going to design is not going to break while it's on mobile phone. So one page site Landing page is actually one page site, but this one just for example for a cozy bakery. You see this cozy, even the colors is going to be different because of this cozy bakery using HTML and CSS with a hero. The hero is one on top. I'll just show you everything in actually left one. And warm color palettes, warm color palette, which is warm and cozy. They actually go hand in hand together and well first. So next is AI coding best practice. If you want to actually partake, learn AI because AI is here to stay. Directly, AI is here to stay. So if you want to learn AI and actually use it as a like a pro, because everybody here wants to be a pro. Actually, I'm actually maybe by God grace, everybody here will be a pro. Even if you're not here, if you are watching this video for recording, you're going to be a pro, inshallah. By God grace. So first thing first, you have to review generated code. Read every line before it ships. That's very, very important. Just like the first time AI has limitation, it makes mistake. We see it front. Test everything. AI code can look right and still break, which is things I want to say new developers are actually going to, because this new era developers don't like the basics, don't like the HTML, CSS, and all the things you will go through. I'm not saying it's bad to actually jump to vibe coding, but you actually have to sit down. I have to know the language you're actually building. That's the very, very, very best advice. Before you actually go into AI, into coding with AI directly without actually sitting down, you have to actually know the language you're building, because you have to understand the language so that I can actually fix something before. AI can look right and still break. Understanding before using. Know what the code does and exactly this one. Yeah. Know what the code does, not just run it. You have to be like, okay, this is what the code knows. You have to know the output of the code. If not, AI can actually code vulnerabilities. You see in the phone. Ask AI to explain exactly. Use it to teach you unfamiliar concept. AI is your teacher, is your everything. Even if you don't know anything, say, okay, explain this thing. What does this one do? Explain it to me. I don't want to do it. No, no, no. You have to explain it to me. That's why if you create something now, you can actually explain the entire project. It will explain everything for you in details. Maybe if you don't want to even go big, you can just go to a page, explain this page for me. It will explain everything, explain this function for you, to explain everything to you. So I can actually know, okay, this is what you want. No, fix this one. This is what I want to fix everything based on it. Not never rely on a plan D. You are still responsible for the outcome. So AI is actually your assistant. If you go and build something and give a part to a customer, and then hackers come and hack them, I don't want to go there. They're going to catch, not the AI. You can't say it's AI. That no, no, no. You are the one responsible, because I actually AI need human permission to do anything. So very, very good, very, very important. So advantage of AI in web development. It's like say faster development, faster deployment per se. Build something and build very, very fast. Higher productivity. Exactly. Actually increase productivity. Let me say a day you are actually coding like one page per like 2,000 line of code, maybe per 3 hours or something. But AI can do everything like less than one day. The entire project is less than one day. If you are using the pro version of AI, or if you are not using, you have to wait for another week or 5 hours. Learning acceleration, just like this one. Say, yeah, ask everything up. If you are building something, you can just stay back and sit down. Okay, what is this one? What is that? Because tech world, especially I say what development is actually going very, very is growing. You can see the act now is I think in like 8 point something. Before when we started using it was five. The act 5 point something, but now it's actually two. Everything is actually changing. It's actually changing. So you have to go with them. If not, they'll leave behind. Even CSS is changing. HTML2 is changing. Better debugging, because debugging is actually I think I read something before. They say 20%, no, like 30% of building, 30% of building, and 70% debugging. Because there is no way you build something that is not going to break. So you better put that back in mind. You are going to build something, and for sure, something will happen to it. Something you don't want to know, you don't want to see it must happen. So that's why you have to even have patience, because developers need to be very, very patient in building anything. If you build it, do not be fast to ship. Let's give it like 2 days, because if you build something yourself, you're not going to see the problem and you're going to be scared to break it. There are some weak points, but you don't want to go there. So the best thing is actually maybe give a friend, even like give a, how would I say, I don't want, let me just give a layman that doesn't know anything about development. Just say, okay, guy, test this for me. that person will bring out a lot of errors. That's just one time because of he doesn't know anything, he doesn't know where to go, he doesn't know where to stop, he just enter everything, which will actually break it, and then it will help you to develop it, help to redeploy it and actually make it better. Rapid prototyping, that's why I say this one is actually important where you actually put the best version and give people the test and everything. Improve documentation. Very, very important. You see, everything is documentation, it's documentation, it's documentation. Yeah, it's just like how I say in particular say government settings. Everything you do, you have to have documentation. You have to know what you build. This thing you build is not for you. People are going to use it. And because now you're in open source society, people are going to actually try and actually help you or try and actually use it in some of their projects. So if you don't have a documentation where people are going to understand it and use it in their own project, you cannot actually, people can actually, you are not collaborating, you're not actually contributing to the community. So that's why having documentation, having public repository everywhere so that people can actually come. Maybe people are going to say, okay, this is cheating because most of our project now for panel students and everything for university-based students, we're actually going to GitHub and actually just getting something people don't do and just deploy it. Yes, that's a very, very bad way of doing. Maybe I'll actually we get into that. I'll get into that maybe next class. I don't want to bombard us everything here. Okay, this is very, very important. I'm going to sit down here and explain everything. Limitation of AI. AI can make mistakes. AI is not exactly. AI was built by human beings. So not AI is not perfect. Human beings are not perfect. So you have to take this into notes. AI can make mistakes. If you continue, please let me confirm again. Am I audible? Is everybody with me? Oh, Regina, don't raise our hands. So. Okay, Regina, Edel, please answer a question. Ask a question. Sorry, ask a question. Your hand is up. You are muted. I cannot hear you if you have been talking.
Oh, I
Okay.
don't have a question.
Okay, please lower your hand, lower your hand. Just open the hand button and just click it again. That's all. To go. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. So before going, I hope everybody's enjoying this class. I'm not just going by myself. I be have a thumbs up. Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. I don't want to be going by myself without talking in. So now AI can make mistakes. This is very important to know. Security concerns. Apexium is a cybersecurity first company, which is somehow depleting for me because actually I like cybersecurity, but I'm not actually a cybersecurity expert. But it's a cybersecurity first company. So security is very, very important. It's very important because now the hackers are going smarter, sorry. Hackers are using AI. So you have to use AI to defend AI. So generating code may include vulnerabilities. So very, very careful. This is like the basics people have to know now. Because depending too much on AI, that's what actually I want to say again. So differentiate us from developers and senior developers. Everything here, junior developers don't even care. They are just doing it like that. AI can make mistakes. That's one. Security concerns. AI can create vulnerability in your code. Vulnerability, which means they are going to be easier for people to access it and actually break anything or actually take information from you. You are a developer, you are going to be held responsible. So whenever you create something, you are going to be the one in charge. You are going to be the one in charge. So better sit down and create something so that people can actually break it. If not, now you the consequences go carry. So outdated knowledge. This one actually somehow training data has a cutoff and can be lagged behind. Because now I won't say this one is actually applicable. It's actually applicable. Sometimes if you have ChatGPT something, it's going to give you something outdated. You can actually say, okay, search the web before it goes, oh, yes, before it's actually, how do I say, before it actually updates the answer. Because the data in its database is actually outdated. The ability to the database have to be updated before actually can be clicking on the wall. So not everything that we tell you is going to be updated. It's going to be up to date. So sometimes it's very good to be saying like search the web because the web actually is actually one that's updated more than the ChatGPT. So outdated language learning, which is going to be not something you are going to depend on because maybe you want to prove a case or do research. But somebody already done research and you say, yes, this is the first time done research, but then after doing it, you come see somebody already done. It's not good. Incorrect coordination, again, this one going on one hand. There can be mistake. Syntax can run but still miss the goal. Explain. Ask AI to explain. Need for human review. That's why everything. There's actually permission based two things and like three permission in AI. While we're actually going to see that in the future, I'm still going to like say it's three permission. AI has like three. There's something that I can go, okay, after every function, ask before deploying. Okay, after every program, ask before doing something like full page permission, like AI give it everything, which is very, very bad. Even though you trust AI, you trust your prompting, you trust everything. I don't advise doing that. But maybe in the future, if you have a pro version, because yeah, sure, it cannot make mistake. But still, even if you have a pro version, don't do that. You have to have, you have to have, how do I say, you have to have the authority in hand because you are the one creating something. You have to be seeing every single thing. You have to know every single thing before it can be generated because this is something that you're going to be held accountable to. So everyone who still need a careful check. Ethical concerns. This one too. AI is not human being. No. AI doesn't go to law school. Even yes, there are some policies that are actually guarding AI. But this ethical thing is not like a global protocol. Maybe in your particular area, like maybe northern side or the southern side or some side, but there's something that actually do not actually go with the ethical or the culture of that particular place, and you can't produce it. You can't generate it. People are not actually going to look at that and like glad they were actually very angry and might cause how do I say commotion and everything. So this one here, AI doesn't have feelings. The only protocol is going to is the protocol that's policy that's given to it. But now, thank God they're actually updating their policies more and more, which is actually good for us. So, next one. Let's see why we are saying AI is not actually going to replace us. AI versus human. Handled well by AI. Boilerplate and repetitive code. This is what AI actually did. So to go with that, I will just give you a particular, I want to say an example or example of a project. While being a project now for the new modern developer, while being a project, the first thing I want to do is think of it. I want to think of this one, which is still under this first one here. And to think of it, you have to think of everything, how it works, what it's going to achieve, something like that, everything. Not the code, not the code. Just think of it like a layman. Okay, but layman that have AI, that have web technical. Because if you are going to go with a layman, people are just going to think of something impossible and which is going to take a longer time. But if you are going to think something using your own professional technicalities, which is going to be best for you. So this is where the system architecture comes in. You have to think the entire architecture, the entire blueprint of the project before actually coming to AI. AI will actually boilerplate everything and create the code. It will create you. It will going to go with the process. But the main idea is going to be yours. That's why this is a generative AI. The main idea is going to be yours. It's going to generate based on your own idea. You want to create everything based on you. Syntax lookup and quick fixes. Because maybe this is actually the one that actually stopping us in typing. While you're typing fast, you might actually miss something, miss comma, miss something, they miss less than or greater than. That's going to break the code. This one is actually the one that's actually going to fix it because everything has a syntax. You're going to be the one to actually product and UI decisions, UX decision particularly. The products and the decision, how will the product look like? What will the product be? Everything is going to be by you, the human judgment. First drafting prototyping, okay, directly is going to be the one doing the prototype problem. Prototype the project. The second one is going to be you are going to create problem solving, creative problem solving. AI can solve problems, of course, it's faster than human being. It's not possible, but it's something that only a human being can think of because of the years of experience you have. Yeah, there's something that is called agent AI, which is actually not here, but maybe you see to it later on, very, very far in the future, because you have to understand it because you can go agent AI. This because of the experience, there are some things that okay, You don't have to go to AI. You know how to solve this problem. So without going to AI is just going to confuse you and just maybe give you predictive generation, just hallucinating everything. Just going there, because yes, AI is not actually built in solving particular problem. It doesn't have a particular prompt, a particular program to say, okay, if they give you solve this one, do this. AI is going to actually look for the problem first before actually solving the problem. If it doesn't know, okay, you say this is the problem, but that is not where the problem is, because problem in software is actually not actually where you think it is going to be. It's actually going to be hidden in some place, hidden in a program or hidden in maybe it's even the third party you don't even know. The API intelligence you don't even know. You're just going there. So the next is explaining unfamiliar code. Exactly. This is going to be like going to always be learning with AI. Be learning with AI. Don't be a dundee. Very sorry. Don't be a dundee. Learn with AI. Learn with AI. Learn with AI. If you are typing, you are coding, AI, what is this? AI, what is it? Because of nowadays, if you go to an interview, they are very strict with AI. They're not going to help you. They're not going to okay use AI. No, 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 no. They're going to say, what do you know? What do you know as a person? What do you know as a software developer? They are going to be the one to type everything, which is very, very stressful now because of everyone now is busy. But try as much as possible, whatever you are creating, to know it. Not like to know it by the functionality and everything, no, to know the code and to know where everything is located so that I can actually fix it directly without even something yourself. Or you can actually copy and paste the problem and give it to AI, which is going to shorten the particular problem. Judging trade-off and priorities. These are very, very important. The priorities of what to solve and what not to solve, or what is going to be important, everything. So, creating documentation. Documentation again is very, very important, but writing documents, I don't know. I've don't write. I think I wrote documentation for a project maybe once or twice. It's very, very hard because you have to know the stack to use. You have to know everything. It's very hard, but yeah, I can just read everything. Just bring it out like once, which is very, very good for us. Understand user needs. AI doesn't care about the user. Directs because the user is going to be talking to you the developer, not the AI. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. AI might be suggesting this one, but the user doesn't want it. Maybe AI is suggesting yes, some of them are actually very, very good for you as a developer. Say this is better now, but no, no, the user said no, no, I want this one, even though it's bad. The customer is always like, just go with it. Maybe if it's bad, maybe just try to mitigate that. Okay, but this will break in kada, but you can actually mix it up just to use the psychological thinking to change what the user needs to make it a better version. Because of this is not also and also showcasing the user maybe business or something. No, you're always also showcasing yourself because whatever you build is actually like an imprint for you. So make sure you build everything that's actually up to standard, up to your own standard, because you have to build the best you can. So live coding session. Okay, before going into this one, let me see how that could be. Okay. So before into going live coding session, let me give floor for questioning and answer Q&A. So any questions? Any questions? So no questions. Should I ask the question? I think I should ask the question. So I think I'm going to ask 2 to 3 questions. I'm going to point out people to ask the question. Um, wow. Okay. Okay. I'm in German. Can you please tell me what is generative AI? I'm going to start the question because nobody wants to ask me question. Are you with us? Okay. Unmute and answer the question. What is generative AI?
Okay, a generative AI is a type of AI that can generate a content. Like we give him a prompt and we generate a content to you.
Okay. I like that question, but I like the answer directly. So again, I ask another question. No question. Okay, question. Let me see. Where is okay, Rijal? Am I pronouncing the name correct? Rijal.
Yes, it's Regal.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So AI is here to help us, not replace us. Can you explain why that is true?
Okay, AI is meant to be a coding partner, not a
I cannot hear you. Can you
replacement.
please
Okay, can you
speak up?
please?
AI, can you hear me now?
Yes, you are the book.
Yes,
Continue.
yeah, continue.
Okay, AI is meant to be a coding partner, not a replacement. It's supposed to help us modify our ideas, modify our projects, help us to develop faster, not completely replace us as developers. We're supposed to use it as support, not completely rely on it.
Okay, that's very
Okay,
good.
that's very good.
I like the points. I like your answers. So another question I would ask. Let me see. Isa Sadiq. Isa Sadiq, confirm if you can hear me, please. Okay. Let me see. What should I even ask you? I'm going to go with this one. Okay, okay, yes. What make a good prompt? Even though I'm here, what make a good prompt? Isa, can you hear me? Isa, I cannot hear you. You have to unmute your mic. Isa Sadiq, can you hear me? Okay, I think Isa doesn't want to answer this question. So let's go to next one. Hajara, should I the same question? What make a good prompt? Why you all avoiding the question? Okay. Somebody will answer this question. No. Daniel Sanu, what make a good prompt?
So what I can say is that a good prompt must be detailed. So you have to give a detailed explanation of what you're about to give to the AI so that your AI can understand fully what you actually want to build. So the context of what you are actually um, asking the AI must be detailed, must be in relation to what you want to achieve. So that's
Okay, thank you for that explanation. But still, so again, content, clear instruction, desire outputs, with prompts. So another thing. Okay. Another question. I'm going to ask okay. Oyedika, can you hear me? Please, I'm not pronouncing it correctly. I don't want to pronounce it. Oyedika Joshua.
Yes. Good morning.
Okay.
How
Good
are you?
morning. Good morning. So, what are some of the disadvantages of AI?
Okay. Some of the disadvantages of AI. Number one, AI can make mistake,
Okay.
and if you follow that mistake, you end up not doing what you're supposed to do. Then number two, um, I think that's the major thing. The AI can make mistake. That's one I captured.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you. So I think Isa is Sadiq is here. Okay, Isa. Sorry, I haven't. Okay, no, Allah. So can you answer the same question? Not what make a good prompt?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible. You're audible.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Hello. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Answer the question. What make a good prompt?
Yeah, by making a clear and detailed prompt, making it like clear for the AI to understand.
Okay, I'm actually getting the answer I want to get, but still, that is correct. Exactly, that is correct. By making the detailed explanation, but what I want you to be saying is not like if I say what make a good prompt, I mean what make a good prompt in web development or in developing a website. So, what if I ask a question? I actually ask the question based on this feed. So, if I ask maybe what make a good prompt, you have to not say okay by having a detailed like by having a detailed explanation bracket the frameworks, the expected outputs, something like that. They have to mix it up. If you're asking me a question, just act like a professional. You understand? Now? Not like just okay, just say like okay by having a detailed explanation. Everybody know that. But if you're actually going with the like frameworks and costume development, be like, hey, this guy is a genius. Maybe you are just, but you are just it's just packaging. Everybody does back the package. So okay, Joel Habiba, Ali Habila.
Habila, yeah.
Sorry.
So, um, what makes a good prompt with regards to the concept of web development is a write-up or a content that is able to generate a complete, full, responsive website that that is user friendly and to some extent easily accessible using um, these AI tools that we have. So basically, what I'm trying to say is um, characteristics of a good prompt is one, a prompt that can generate a perfectly responsive and user-friendly website that people can easily use and easily relate with using this prompt. So yeah.
Okay, see, that is a professional. I think all of us deserve to clap. More clap. Let's clap. Let's clap. That's very, very good. Thank you for that question. See, I even though I given the answer, but that is exactly what I want. Those kind of if you are asking because how let's see interview is something like this. It's not like they will just ask you like something you expect. No, no, no. They ask you something you don't expect. How do you go with your project? How do you build a project? Something like that. But then from what you say and even the languages you use, the particular field you use, that is what they are going to okay say, this person doesn't want to use this person is just using AI. This person, yes, this person have a foundation. Having a programmer, a software developer is not actually a developer. Let me just go example. There are two different things between a developer and a software developer and a software engineer. Software engineer is an engineer inside this. Software engineer, the main thing of engineering is actually solving problems. So you have to actually know how to solve a problem. You have to know how to think. You have to think like an engineer. Whenever problem comes to you, you have to actually sit down, break it down, and actually solve it. Not just like just writing. Yes, yes, yes. The main part of anything because code is actually where you can actually execute a particular idea. So it's very important, the execution part. But actually the planning phase is more significant than the actually deployment phase. Because if you don't know what you're building, you're just going to be doing rubbish at the end of the day. So that's very, very good. Now, let me see. I want to ask one more question. So another question. This is going to be to the entire class, everybody. Raise up your hand and I will point you out. What is GitHub? I know it's, but I want someone to know what is GitHub. Yeah. Okay. So I saw a new face. I'm going to go with him. Tenishi, I'm not pronouncing correctly. Very sorry. My Hausa tongue. Okay. Ow. Tinashe Demon. Oh my goodness. Tinashe D. Can you hear me? Please. Tinashe, can you hear me? Yes, so yes. Answer the question. Answer the question. Are you speaking? But I don't think I can hear you. Go closer to your system or phone. I think you are having, maybe your speaker is having a problem. So let me go to the second person. Actually, I'll come back to you. Aminu Zainab. Oh, Zainab Aminu. So answer the question. Aminu Zainab, can you hear me? I think you have to unmute first. Before going, can everybody hear me? Okay. I think it's from.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So Indica, answer the question before I'm using.
Okay, you said what is a GitHub? To me, it's a kind of a repository where, can I say, you can store codes. Like if you have code that you have done and you want to make it accessible to other people, you can store it there like a database where you can store information like code for people to get access to it. So that's the information I have. Then you also made mention that is it GitHub pilot, they also use it as one of the AI coding tool. So GitHub and the GitHub pilot.
Okay, thank you, Indica. That's very good. That's exactly what GitHub is. So next one, Ejal Okala.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes, move closer to your system.
Okay, GitHub is a platform that you can store and manage your code. It's also a platform for, like, it's a community for other developers to share their codes and projects. And since it's open source, you can use it as maybe reference or inspiration for your own projects.
That's very good. Okay, next one, Aminu Jarma. What is GitHub? I think I don't even know.
Okay, like many people had already explained, but I want to give something which is very important. So, a GitHub is the world's largest platform for hosting a code, and if you host it, you can allow someone to access it. Maybe like you make it to public, anyone can be see and take out the code. And if you like, also make it to private that you can only it's only that you can modify the code and do change later.
Okay, thank you. So again, Aminu Zainab, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, answer the question.
A GitHub is a code storage, so it saves project files online. It can be public or private. You can make it public or you can make it private. If you make it public, it can be accessed by other. You can showcase it to some other developers for correction or something like that, or share ideas.
Okay, that's good. Thank you everyone for the question. So what I'm going to take both legal answer and I mean Zainab, and also yes, I think everyone you just try. So the main thing about things I'm going to point out again is that again it's a community. GitHub is a community. Exactly, showcasing your code, yes, but also is actually where you can actually put that code to find a solution to a problem. It's not just like you're just sitting down. GitHub, if you go to GitHub, like even make posts, it's just like a social media, make posts, see latest trend, latest latest tech stack. It's very, 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 very engaging. It's not like just like a repository just going to keep code. No, 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 no. It's bigger than that. It's way, way bigger than that. Maybe that's the for now. That would be the thing you're going to be focusing on. Getting code and just posting it on GitHub so that I can actually have a safe place for it. But now, even if you are going to go for a job interview, people are going to see that will give us a GitHub profile. That's where you're going to, okay, how many projects have you done? How many projects have you put on GitHub? How many projects have you actually, how many projects have you collaborate with other people? How many projects have you actually edit? How many projects have you actually, there's a lot of things in GitHub. GitHub is actually where you actually going to see as a developer, not even developer, cybersecurity analysts, a lot of people like GitHub. It's not just like for us to just store code. No, 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 no. It's very, very big, it's very, very wide. We are going to understand it, inshallah, in the future. We are going to see a lot of things. So now, because this is hands-on, okay, is that the question? Oh, I have answered because all of your hands are up. Okay, Regal, I think, are you going to answer the question, Regal? Is it Regal or Regal? I don't know.
It's Regal. I forgot to bring it down.
Okay, no, okay, thank you. So next up, let's have a practice then. So I'm going to do this together. Maybe you're going to do this. Maybe if you have a computer, but let me just share screen. So can you all see my screen? Okay. So we're going to use cloud. So what are we going to do? Because this is the first class, so I just want to see how powerful AI is. So I'm actually going to copy and paste this one because prompting is not actually for the week. You have to actually sit down. So let's go to the final. No, so let's copy and paste. Okay. Chat launch. So let's have a business. Which business should we build? Because this one is actually saying a coffee, and I don't think coffee is actually more with Nigeria's thing. So how will I say? Should I say a cafe? No, I don't say cafe. How will I say it? So this is going to be the prompts, but let's change the place. Create one site for cozy bakery using HTML, CSS. Let me say again. Java scripts. No need for correction because everything spelling is not, it's not English, not my first language. So it's a responsive one-page site for a cozy bakery using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript with the hero menu, grid, contact form, warm product and mobile first. So let's change this one. Let me go. I'm going to ask for an idea. Let's change this one. What are we going to build it for? Because it's an interactive class. What are you going to build for class? What are you going to build for? I don't think coffee is in Nigeria because there's a coffee shop doesn't reside in Nigeria. So let's go with how will I say it? And for the guys, just go for how do I say World Cup series or cars or should I just give let me just go with how do I say this not bakery, cozy bakery. Let's say let's go for a supermarket. Sure. Go for a supermarket. Let's just go for this. Let's go with it first. That laundry mats. Okay, man, because I'm the only person that talk, I want to go for it. I want to actually, but laundry mat, is there laundry mat? Okay, this laundry mat, we call it Milwaukee for our side. Okay, laundry for laundry mats. I'm going to change the wording. So, okay, many fan hero. Let's say for We're going to go good water, good color palettes. Let's go with the one. That first. So let's go. While this one is thinking, reviewing front-end design, guidance before building the site, modeling. While this one is thinking, it's still an open question and answer session still. So this is like a practical session. If you have any questions, anything written down, just ask a question. Raise up your hand, ask a question before it finish cooking everything. Cooking everything. So let me see who is the first contender. Legal. Ask a question. Unmute your mic.
Okay, how do we know what color palettes to use for a different brand?
Yes. That is very, very good. I like. That's very, very good. I like the question. Color palettes. I think it's a different course. I've done before, but again, because it's AI, let's ask ChatGPT. I want to ask the same question. Let me see this one.
Hello, sir. I don't know if I can contribute to that question.
Okay, if you can contribute, okay, come. Yeah. Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. I want to
Okay.
actually help over. Answer the question.
Okay, when you are doing designs, you know that based on the product that you want to sell, you have a unique color that will pass the message. You understand? Based on the product that you are selling, based on the motto, the agenda you intend to achieve in your design, we have different colors that interpret what you are passing, the message you are passing to the public. So there's this what we call color psychology. If you Google it, you are going to see color psychology. It will tell you that, okay, this set of colors, they are used for this particular designs. Like now I can say purple. When you're talking about purple, purple has to do with maybe royalty. You understand? We are talking about blue, we are talking about pink or green. So those colors, they have what they mean. So use this color psychology. When you check the color, depending on what you want to design, you can now use that color. You know the color you want. Then you can also get the color code. Most of these colors, they have code. So that when you are doing your design, when you are doing your prompting, you can add to your prompt that, okay, make use of this color code in this design that you want to do. Then AI can use those colors to add to your design. So that's just my little idea.
That is very, 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 very good. That's very, very good. Actually, yes, that would be exactly. I won't say exactly what I was going to say because I know I like to go to AI to ask every question. That is exactly. It's better to have a human being answering the question. Exactly. Everything have that exactly color psychology. Blue is for how do I say? Blue is for green. It's actually it's nature. Purple is royalty. Brown is like how will I say trusting. Blue is more trusting person because there's actually a I've read it back then before actually it's in research that actually if you are going to interview, it's better for you to have to wear the color blue. Like blue is actually shows people have more trust because blue is what everybody sees nowadays. The sky is blue, everything around us is mostly blue. So people actually trust blue. And green will make you feel like a little bit, how would I say, safe because it's nature, green in everything and everything. And also there's a particular, how would I say, yellow. Yellow is like eye-catching. If you want to, something that will be eye-catching, especially on billboard, you see they actually use bright colors like yellow, red means stop, danger. Like everything that have bright colors. Red, yellow, if you just see interior, even if you're driving, your eyes will go to it. So there's some psychological thing that actually going to use. It's actually, I won't say a different course on but it's very, very important as a web developer to know it. Because actually I've gone through it before. Back then I've gone through one course that actually shows everything like this, color palette, everything. And even during school, I don't know how, but they still explain all of this in color palettes. There's actually color contrasting. I think I'll still get to it. I'll still get to it. I don't know how to get that resources now, but I will post it on the group. by Google, suppose there's actually something that actually show if you are going to use red, because if you're actually going to put colors, different colors, there are some colors that are not compatible together at all. One will overshadow another. And the main important about the website, they have to be visible because they are seeing it. They have to be visible, like it's not actually too light, it's not too dark, it's not too brown, something like that. It has to be very, very good for the eye to see. Not to go just going to sit down and just create something like people are not going to be seeing. So it's very, very important. Those color palettes are very important. Also, color contrast, you have to make sure they're not overlapping each other. They are balanced. It has to be balanced. So it's actually like a color, I think color 3 or something. I'll get it. I'll get it for sure. For sure, I get it. Where you're actually going to use the color. So I think our boss is done cooking. So look at what we create. Because we say warm colors. This one is somehow warm. It even create us a golden hour laundry mat because of the warm. You see, everything care, wash and fold, 1B, something like that. A contact form. See this one because I'm from Nigeria. I come say I'm Annabello. Just services, something like that. So see this same thing. Let's just use something like let's use a bad prompt because let's say for practice. Here's a bad prompt. Instead of saying no, the matter, I was going to say for our laundry mats and see what it will give us. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Okay, another question. Okay, Indika.
Yeah, I actually want to know what is the difference between vibe coding and AI assistance coding or being assisted with AI to code and vibe coding.
Direct answer, no difference. Vibe coding is that thing you just explained. AI assisted something. Vibe coding. But vibe coding, yes, there are actually steps in vibe coding. Just like I was saying, a normal developer and a senior developer, something like that. The vibe coding people are doing nowadays, or junior of are doing nowadays, is like the lower class vibe coding. It's not AI assisted. It's just like AI coded. It's not AI assisted. Because that particular word assisted, AI is actually assisting you. So vibe coding is like AI assisted coding, yes, which is what everybody's doing. Vibe coding is faster, it's clear. This everything here, AI powered web code is actually vibe coding. It's not even AI powered, it's vibe coding. Vibe coding, but actually the higher rank of vibe coding. Because vibe having just say young developers are actually using vibe coding the wrong way, just leaving here to do everything, which at the end is going to break or something like that. Let me see, has this one finished cooking? Like different time made structure. You see, it's even actually us total new concept, same structure. Because this one is actually very, very AI. It look at a big ones for let me change the question. Let's go to bakery. It's spelling mistake. Want to for a bank. Make me yourself for a bank. Let's see thing. So again, I like the question, I like the class. Keep interacting, keep asking questions, keep talking. Let us make it at least interesting, not just dull, everything theory. This is actually going to be the first class. That's why I'm actually using this one. I'm actually using the web based because I think everybody's familiar with this one. But next time we're actually going to go into VS Code. I'm actually going to introduce you to anti-gravity, which is a Google thing. Anti-gravity is very, 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 very good. It's very, 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 very extremely good. Even though it has some limitation, after if you exist your session, you have to wait 1 week before you can reset, but it's very, very good. So actually, it's where I will share the link how to download it itself. Somebody talking. Okay, it's not down inside the district carry. Who asks you? I'm just going to what this person is doing too much. See, function bound with see visual entity. It was ChatGPT to do it. It not even give us everything. But this one is an issue because it's agent AI. It's doing something from. So yes. I think I have to ask this question. Can you give me what is the differences between, how do I say, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? So please look at this one. Look at this question. It's actually using the last one we did, the last color palette. I know because I not asked it to do anything, even though it's somehow good in some ways, but I think no bank is going to accept this one. Even though yes, it's actually using from the last thing. If say I've created a new chat, I've not done anything, it will actually give us this one, but actually using the last one. A bank should not have this kind of low color palette because this one just make the bank look weak. I think to me, make it look weak, even though it's following the same thing, the same, you see, even the same structure from the last one here. Open an account. Let me see. Cancel. So this is different. This actually shows a little bit about the prompting. To go prompt, this first one is much more better. Because this one here, you see this, even the style of this one is very nice. It's catchy for the eye. Call number, open something, fresh line. You see this one here? The color palette, this one is a bright color, just to make people catch at something, open at something. Very good, very nice. And the other one, even though I created one page, so I just want to get one page. So, even though I don't want this class to end, I think we are at the end of the class. But before, let me just go through this one. The practical session is over. So, okay. I think, okay, more modern business together one layer at a time. This is actually going to be a question. So, I'm going to ask this as a question. What is this and this and this? Can somebody answer this question? Like, what is this difference between HTML structure, CSS structure, and JavaScript interaction? What is HTML to CSS? What is JavaScript?
Okay. So, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible. You can.
Okay. The HTML to me is mostly used to arrange the website, while CSS is used to give color, beauty to the website, and the JavaScript is to give responsiveness to the website. Like, okay, if I want the website to have a responsive action in a phone or in a laptop or in a tablet, when you are using different gadget screen, your size supposed to adjust to that size of the screen. So that is work of the JavaScript. Why the HTML just to give the structure, like the text, where the text supposed to be, different positioning in your website. Why CSS is to beautify it, to color it, to give it that beauty that you want.
Okay, Inka, I want to say you have 2/3. Yes, HTML is structure. CSS is styling. So even responsiveness is still under styling. But there's particular, let's say, the last one is, see, JavaScript is basically interactions. Network is very bad. Aliyu present. Okay, Aliyu Idris. Okay, Aliyu. So JavaScript is actually interaction. It's not responsive. Yes, there are something maybe you are going to say at a particular level to disappear, but still everything is, all the responsiveness you are seeing is CSS. CSS is a very powerful tool. That's why now as you're actually using libraries, which are going to see in the front, CSS library, Bootstrap or Tailwind CSS or a lot of shared CSS. It's a very powerful tool because everything now, every single website must have CSS. Every single website. That's why those three things, those two things particularly, are very important to understand. Even though you don't actually want to go into learning practice or something, you have to exercise it just for your own case. For your own case, learn HTML and CSS. Because HTML is structure. It's very simple. Very simple. You have to understand the structure. because HTML is just like writing a paragraph. It's just like English language. You have to know where to put this and where to put this, where to put this, where to put this. So it's very important. So JavaScript's main thing is actually interaction. So I think Ali Al Hassan was saying something. Ali Al Hassan answer the same question. Al Hassan, so Al Hassan knew who? Al Hassan knew I was talking to you, please. Answer the same question.
So I was going to say the same thing you said.
Yes, I know.
Yes, because HTML is based on the structure, like how the page will be, and then the CSS is the design or the styling of the HTML structures. Then while the JavaScript will give you the interactivity, how you interact with the web page. Like when you click this, it will take you to another page. How you interact with the page. That's just basically JavaScript.
Exactly. That is just basically JavaScript. That is basically JavaScript. So it's very important to understand this one. HTML is a structure, just like building, a building, a building, a building. A building, HTML is a block, the building block. CSS, CSS is a painting and plaster and everything. All I see, I want to say JavaScript is more of the CSS is still inside the wiring. JavaScript is just that interaction. That's open the door, only let this one work. So JavaScript is hand-hand interaction. JavaScript is very, very powerful too because now JavaScript has like about 3 frameworks, 3 different things like Next.js, React.js, a lot of frameworks under JavaScript, which is very, very powerful. That's why I'm actually going with JavaScript. So I think before going next, there's somebody that I've not talked since. So I'm going to ask directly to Dan Clara Mira. Am I saying this correctly? Dan Clara, are you with us? Dan Clara. I think she's not close. If you can hear me, unmute your mic. Okay, Indika, just give me a second, Indika. Okay. Indika, what was the question?
Okay, please, I want to know because I've heard a lot about Python. I want to know if it's also needed in web development, or if it's needed, where do we need it in web development? Because people have made mention of Python so many times, and they say that it's kind of universal language I can use for multiple things. So I actually want to know if it's also used for web development, and which aspect of web development do you use Python for?
Okay, thank you. Python is a very, very powerful language. The programming language. That's what you are calling a programming language. Just like it says a universal language. Python, I want to say, is mostly used at the backend. That's what is called Labral or Flax. Labral, Lerval, something like that. That's Labral. That's Python. It's mostly used at the backend. But for us, JavaScript, actually, because I'm into JavaScript, but seriously, even me too, I want to learn Python. I won't say I don't know what is Python. I'm still at the basic level, but it's very, very important. So I want to maybe I can actually. It's very, very important. Advisably, you should go and learn it. It's very, very important. It's very, very because people are just using Python as because Python is not actually just for web development. Actually, it's actually used for many things, a lot of things. So that's why it's very, very important to learn Python. It's a universal language. You can use it for everything. There's something that JavaScript cannot do. Some, how will I say, some integration, some compiler stuff, something that's deep, deep, deep. You need like C hash, C++, but Python can do it. So it's very, very important. It's very, very good to learn Python. And that's I go to it. So let's continue. Okay, use AI tool to create your own landing page, make it yours. So this is going to be an assignment. I want everybody here, from the thing we do, from everything we do, maybe from it's not Okay, sorry. Am I audible again? I think I went out for a minute. Am I audible again? Okay, okay. I think my network just snapped for a little bit. Sorry for the inconvenience. So a question, what is a landing page? This question, before everybody answer, raise up your hand. This one is going to Dan Clara Mira. Dan Clara, can you hear me? I want this person to talk. I want everybody to interact. Okay. Last time I'm coming for you. Okay, what is a landing page? Any takers? Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Nobody. Only Alassane. Nobody knows what the landing page is. Okay, Indica. Okay, 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 okay. I want like at least 3 people. I don't want people to keep talking. Okay, I mean Zainab. Okay, okay. So the person that have not talked now. Let's hope you can talk. Tinashe. I think it's Tinashe. Tinashe D. What is the landing page?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, 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 yes. Now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, what I can say is that a landing page, it can be the from the web design perspective, we can be saying that this page we can be using like a single page when a customer is trying to reach our website. That one can be the page they can be able to first see, and it could be having all the design like previously the one that you're trying to design in the practical stage when you were showing us how you can be using it with the AI generative like AI generative codes. So that's when we can be having a landing page that can contain whatsoever the products that we want to be displaying or whatsoever that we want to show to the client. It can be shown on the landing page, which can be having a hero, the main sections, and all other contents like contacts, the form to be filling as well on that page.
Okay, thank you, Tinashe. Am I pronouncing the word correctly? The name Tinashe, or I don't want to be pronouncing something.
Yes, it's Tinashe.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you for the clarification. So again, yes, it's not just one person to answer the question. I will get to it. That's a very, very good, very, very good attempts. I like it. So before Indica, I mean Zainab, what is a landing page? You're muted. I think you're muted. If you are speaking, you're muted. Okay, no. What is a landing page?
A landing page is like a standalone web page with no navigation. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes, I can hear. I can hear. I was expecting more. That's the answer.
Okay. That's all I can say.
Thank you. So now to the prof, Indica, what is the landing page, sir?
Okay, to me, the a landing page is actually where you visit a site, the first page that you are going to land to get information about the site. I think I can also use the word the home page. When you click on your home, it will always take you to the first page of the website, the landing page. So another thing about landing page is that most sites they have different tabs. Maybe you have contact, services, about page. Then when you are in any page, once you click on home, it will always take you back to the first page of the website, which is a landing page. That's my own idea.
Okay, okay, that's a very, 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 very good attempt. I like that question. So one more person. I think I'm going to go with Shuaib Olatunji. Can you hear me? Shuaib Olatunji. Why are you all running away from the question? Is this a good question? Okay, I think he doesn't want to answer the question. And so I cannot hear, I can't not hear nothing. Wow. Can you all hear me? Okay, I think it's from you, Hajara. And maybe end the call and answer again. I think it's from your side because of everybody here can hear me. So for more clarification, a landing page, just like what our prof said, exactly landing. The first thing I want to land is a landing page. A landing page is a page. So I don't actually, let's just go with an example. Before going to buy something, everybody, there's something you are going to be showcasing. You are going to see showcasing like in the front of a shops, phone shops. There's also something you are going to be showcasing on the front. The always, even though it's not working, now just going to places just to say this to the customer. This is what you are doing. This is what you are selling. That's a landing page. It's a place where where a customer showcases his products and all his services. So not just product and his services. That's why it's very, very important to have a homepage and then the difference between like a homepage where the customer immediately will just land. That's where you can't just give somebody, can you test my app and just the only thing you just going to be see is going to be just log in and sign up. What is there? Why will he log in? He has to know what he's going to log in into, what he's going to maybe waste his time into. A landing page is very, very important because it actually is the first thing everybody need to learn how to create. Landing page and portfolio, which I want to do in the next class. I got it. Landing page is where actually people are going to sit down and going to say, okay, this is what you are doing, this is what you are going to give you, this is why, and testimonials, everything to maybe just catch the customer, to make them come into that store, to make them go and press that login button, go and get started. Everything just to give them a push to just use your product. That's a landing page for example and everything like that. So I think let me share my screen again. Yeah, particularly at the end of the class. So all you are doing, so confirm if you can see my screen. Okay, thank you, Tinashi. So this is what you are going to do. We are going to create, use an AI tool in your own time before the next class, which is only once a week. Only once a week. So this is going to be just to create everything. Just example, exactly. You choose a color palette, choose a mood. Is it a warm mood? Is it a exciting mood? If you are going to use cars, you have to use exciting, red and everything, flashy. The fonts, pick a perfect font. Roboto, Ingnito, Entra, everything like that. Images. You can also ask images because you see the one I actually use, there's no images. Also, actually, all of them are actually, how will I say, a little bit iconic. And layouts, the section to feature content. Landing page, the landing pages is, I'm still going to send the information to the group, but she'll have like 3 things. The home in the one page should have the hero section, the about section, the services section, if you have services or the product section, and also the contact section. This way, these 4 things. Hero section, the first one, about section, services section, and then the one. You can make it 1 page. If you like to go ahead, you can make it 3 pages, but the main thing is just to make it 1 page. The landing page is actually 1 page because you want it to be as easy as possible for the customer. That's why it's actually 1 page. So this one is going to be okay. I'm not going to show anything. Everybody here should just going to go with that. So here's what you are going to do, the recap of everything. The recap here is like the first thing to note, AI is a powerful assistant. Just like what's let me see, I cannot be collegating my names, so the names of our students. Like what? Okay, yes, the just said the assistants, and what our prof said, assistants, they help us. Better prompting produce better results. So if you are actually use a good prompt, that's when you are going to get the result. If you don't use a good prompt, you are not going to get it. You are going to get a repetitive result, just like what you actually witness. I said for a bank, but it's actually giving us, how will I say, brown and everything. So the next one is AI speed of deployments. this thing, imagine everything here we just create that full thing. It will take me like a day before I can code it, but less than 10 minutes to code everything. Employers still need problem solving skills. Exactly. You still need that fundamental. You still need that thing to actually think and sit down and elaborate. You have to know how to break down a problem, not just solving a problem head on. You have to have like divide or conquer. That's the best approach. Sit down and break down your problem. You have to know where the problem is coming from before you actually solve it. If you are just going to be doing it yourself, given AI, you're never going to be a developer, particularly a software engineer. So AI enhances, not replace developers. Make sure, don't be afraid. But I think somebody asking a question. Okay. Okay. AI enhances, not replace. Yeah, yes. It might replace some people because actually a piece of advice, if you are going to go for a company or you're going to partake in a job, the main thing you have to think of yourself, you have to make sure you are an asset. You have to have something that people don't have. Maybe it's going to be your communication skills, maybe your presentation skills, self, maybe the way you communicate, maybe you are not like you should be going and be just like going everywhere. Yeah, just bowing down for your bosses. No, 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 no. Don't go down to that standard. You're an asset, so people are going to need you. They are going to be needed. That's why they're paying you to do that job. You're not actually lower standard because of somebody is going to give you a job. No, no, no. Sometimes because of Nigeria, yes, you have to do that. I don't want to speak in that part, so let's just leave that part. You have to know what you are capable of. You have to build yourself. You have to be confident. I'm not going to say arrogance is good, but so you have to be arrogant too. You have to show that yes, why would I collect that if I can actually deliver this thing, something like that. So you have to know who you are as a developer before I actually go and give everything. Is it a question? Is it a question? Okay, not a question. Good. So I think that's the end of the class. The next thing I'm going to use next week, we are going to design modern user interface with AI. Next week, you'll learn to use AI for UI design. Build responsible AI to refine video and everything web from into productive ready feature code, front end code. So everything here is going to be front end, front end, front end, front end, front end. What you actually use is actually example of what you're actually going to be doing. I actually use example of how to use UI. So next week, we are going to go into anti-gravity and start seeing code a little bit. So this is a QR code. Follow us in our social media. So before ending this class, I'm going to thank everyone for actually showing up. And again, open the floor for more questions. Any questions? Anything on your understanding? Anything you want to ask? Any question? Raise up your hand. Let's tackle it now. Because if you go to the group before, people bombard their questions. So any questions? Well, nothing for us. So I think everyone is good. So thank you everyone for giving his time, for staying up with me, for going together with me because I know I talk fast and I talk a lot. So it's all because I actually love to help people and I want everyone to understand. So I use a lot of example and somehow going off topic and back on the topic. But this is the first class, so we actually have to show up everything. We have to. So thank you everyone for showing up. We have a lot of participants, but only I would say max of us 20 join. So thank you very, very much for joining up and thank you very much for your time. Thank you for showing up and I will talk to every one of you. I will send the full tax to the group. So before going, how do you rate my class? Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down or just intermediate? So I think everybody's giving me a thumbs up. Okay. That's good for me. That's good. My confidence level don't rise again. That's very good for me. Thank you, everyone. So you may all take a leave. I think Al Hassan can stay behind. I have to ask something. So you can all take it. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Al Hassan. And next week, everybody is going to talk. Oh, I think somebody is running away. Next week, I'm going to make everybody talk. You can all take a leave. Thank you all for joining. Oh, thank you. Can I take it?
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. You're very, very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Okay, I think the only person here. Okay. Yes, Hajara. I'm going to drop everything in the group. When this recording, everything will be is going to be in the group. Sorry for I think to thank you all, thank you all. You can all take it. Only person I want to meet now is Hassan. I want us to talk. Okay, Hassan, can you hear me?
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon.
Alaikum salam. Hassan, let me see. I'll report to you later. Okay, Hassan, what happened? Why did I was actually expecting to hear from you like since Wednesday. Because I know this is going to be succumb somehow because I will not say a beginner. What happened?
Yes. Wallahi, I did it. I did it since on I think Tuesday. So because of work and everything, that's why I didn't get the chance to like compile everything. And I want to also understand what I built. So wallahi, that was why. So
Okay,
I was
that
really occupied with work and everything. That's why. But
okay,
I've
that
finished documenting everything since on Tuesday, I think.
okay. Just try and complete everything and send it to your folder at least before today's sync meeting. Dan Clara, do you
Yes.
want to answer a question? Dan Clara, can you hear me? You have to unmute your mic. Or maybe just yo. Okay, no Allah Alasan. We'll meet in the segment today. Thank you. And Dan Clara again, thank you again. I think you're having network issue or something. So thank you everyone and have a wonderful evening, afternoon, per se. Bye bye. Thank you. Today's session has ended, so you can all take your leave. I cannot actually end the call for everyone because it's done. So I don't want you to all be staying over. We can all take our leave.
Oh, yes, have a wonderful day.
Okay, have a wonderful. Dan Clara, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. The today's session has ended. I cannot actually. I don't want you to be staying here. We have finished the session.
Oh.
Thank you.